Welcome to Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. I'm Rob Wilson.
And I am Tony the Quano.
So, Tony, you know what time of year it is? What
It's
holiday-ish time is coming up?
uh the the first day of fall.
Well, yes. Yes, the first day of fall is coming up. And what happens in the fall?
The leaves fall.
Yes, they do. That's why they call it fall. I don't know. It probably isn't why they call it fall, but hey, it might be. I don't know. But
Unless you're more like autumn.
yes, it's also called autumn.
But well, it depends. Like
But spelled
we
ottoman.
in the autumn? My goodness. Oh boy. This is gonna get interesting.
The N is silent.
Yes.
Anyway.
No. So, auto is. This is a good transition. Auto is a good transition because auto makes me think of Otto van Bismarck,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And we are in America, and we can sometimes forget that the Germans play the role in immigration,
Mm-hmm. They did.
and there are plenty of Americans that love bratwurst and ram's piss
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Oh yeah,
the mark of the whore.
I drink a glass of Ram's piss every night before I go to bed.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I don't know who doesn't drink
Mhm.
ram's piss before they go to bed.
Yeah, it's it's full of vitamins and minerals and all kinds of stuff.
Oh boy. Oh boy. No, I think October's coming up, which means one thing, Oktoberfest.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Oktoberfest. Even though Oktoberfest is not actually in October, it is in
No,
September.
it's not. It leads the way to
Yes.
October.
Yes, it does. It leads the way to October. And in recognition of Oktoberfest, we are going to be talking about a movie that revolves around Oktoberfest.
At least partially.
Yes, at least partially. Well, it kind of totally, because the whole mission of everything in this movie has to do with going to Oktoberfest and
Yes.
all of that.
This is true.
So
You're correct,
yeah.
sir.
So, but anyway, what is that movie, Tony?
That movie is Beerfest.
Beerfest, the 2006 Broken Lizard comedy.
Yes, the Broken
Beerfest.
Lizard comedy.
Now, we watched this movie many, many times together
Yes.
over the years.
I've lost track of how many times we actually watched this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one was in the regular rotation in the apartment.
Yes.
But
uh-huh.
before watching again last night, I hadn't seen it in probably at least 15 years.
Yeah, same for me, even though it was just kind of crazy to think about. And I know we kind of discussed this when we decided we should do Beerfest. It's like, oh yeah, it's actually been a very long time since I've seen this.
Yeah.
Even though I know this movie intimately and pretty much know everything that happens in this movie.
Yep. So, yeah, we I think it's a good time to do Beerfest too.
Yes.
It's an appropriate time of year, and it's also appropriate to be our 99th episode.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It is appropriate to be our 99th episode.
So for more than one reason, not just because we're about to hit the 100 episode milestone, but also
because I've got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one.
That too. But also $99, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles
99
of beer.
bottles of beer.
Take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of beer on the wall.
That blooded Jingo Jango. No, very appropriate. And I don't think I completely connected that. And
I didn't either until just now
I
when I
think
mentioned it was the 99th episode.
there
To
should
be
be an
honest,
appropriate, absolute. Like, I realize the next episode's 100. I just didn't really think, oh, it's 99. Oh, 99 bottles of beer. I do think there's an appropriate aspect of the 99th episode being a very personal favorite of ours also.
yes,
With a very big history between us.
yes, I think so too.
So I think we chose wisely.
As do I, and I'm sure the Grail Knight would think so too.
And I have very, very fond memories of this movie.
As do I.
Of when we first watched it in the theater the very first time, and the many times we watched it after. Sometimes just the two of us, sometimes Steve, sometimes Tim, sometimes someone else.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe it was not. Maybe you watched it with someone, and I watched it with someone independently.
Yeah.
Right. We've both have seen this movie so many times.
Yes.
And it's such an important part of our movie experience together.
Absolutely.
So I think as we lead into the 100th episode, this is very well timed.
Yes.
Right? Because again, it's timed perfectly for Oktoberfest, which will happen at the end of September. But it's also because, this should be the episode right before the 100th episode. Should be that type of movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, I did forget one very important aspect of this movie, just because it'd been so long since I've seen it, and I just haven't really thought about this part.
Cloris Leachman's a whore in this movie?
No, I did not forget that.
I guess that's actually a spoiler. Sorry.
What I forgot. And it's really just because it's only like 3 minutes or so of the movie.
Okay.
But it completely slipped my mind that MC Gainey was in this.
Yes. That's
Not only is he in this.
That's actually what I was going to say.
But he is the first face that you see in this movie.
He's the first face. And that was the first thing I was going to bring up once we actually jumped into it. And he jumped into it, and that's perfectly okay. And what's great is that I was thinking that there's a separate scene later in the movie where, like, oh, MC Gainey should be in this scene, but I actually don't think he's in this scene. And then he's in the background of that scene.
Oh, okay.
Which I had never noticed before, which is something new, actually, about this viewing.
See, I think I know the scene you're talking about, but I have never noticed MC Gainey in that scene. So I'll take your word for it.
We will get to that. But yes, MC Gainey is in this movie, and I'm glad he brought this up because it's really interesting. Because I was thinking about this with MC Gainey being in it, and just thinking about in general the number of the actors that have been in the most episodes, or the years that have been most represented, the directors that have been most represented, right? The decade, And
if somebody out there is into like making charts and stuff, if anybody out there is into making charts and stuff like that and wants to like chart all this stuff out, then that would be awesome.
Yes, that would be awesome.
But yes, anyway, so MC Gainey,
like, I want to say this is the 4th time we've had him in a movie this year.
That sounds accurate.
We discussed him early in the year when we did the Mighty Ducks with Tim, and how that was such an atypical role for him.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He was in Breakdown.
He was in Breakdown. He was in Con Air.
And now he is here in Beerfest.
Yep.
And it's like, wow. So, and it took us until Mighty Ducks to get an MC Gainey episode. But now in the last 9 months, he's been in four of our movies.
Yeah, we've been going heavy on the MC Gainey. He's catching up to Harrison Ford.
I don't have a problem with. MC Gainey, again, is a terrific character actor. And
absolutely.
we'll talk about his character early once we get into the actual plot. But again, he's perfect for his role in this movie.
Yes, he is.
Because it's easy enough to know, okay, yes, Cloris Leachman is in this movie. Yes, Oscar winner Monique is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Sutherland is in this movie.
Yep.
But it's also easy to forget, oh, MC Gainey is in this movie.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson is also in this movie, but that will be for the very end of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I very much enjoyed seeing MC Gainey to begin this movie.
Yes, me too.
And I'm glad to bring it up because,
I can't believe that I forgot that he was in this.
Most of the Broken Lizards crew do their own thing, all their other stuff, and so it's good to highlight the supporting cast that pops up in maybe one or two scenes in this movie.
Yeah,
MC Gainey's one of them. Cloris Leachman is probably, she's not one. She's got the most screen time outside the main cast, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Depends. I guess it depends on how you define the main cast. Because you got the Americans and you got the fucking Krauts.
Well, I mean that's you got the protagonists and the antagonists. So
yes,
you got Team USA versus Team Germany.
But for example, we have Jürgen Prochnow.
Yes,
right?
Jürgen Prochnow, who he played General Radek in Air Force One.
Yes, he did.
He was in like a more serious role.
He's also in Das Boot, which will get referenced later.
Yes.
But then we have so many other guys, like, we have Nat Faxon, we got Will Forte, we got Eric Olson and Ralph Mueller and Gunter Schlimmerkamp. Even James Roday, if you're a Psych fan, has a cameo in this movie.
Yes, he does.
And maybe one of my favorite characters in this movie is played by Bjorn Johnson. Johnson.
Bjorn.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna give a warning to some. I went to a beer share this evening, and so I might be extra giggly tonight.
So Tony did a little bit of pre-gaming before talking about an Oktoberfest movie. So he was just trying to get into the spirit.
Unfortunately, I don't have a tandem bike that seats 5 people to ride after this.
No. But see, now that you mentioned the tandem bike, so Eric Stolansky,
yes,
who plays Todd,
yeah.
When they're riding the tandem bike, he's sitting on the back where there's no pedals.
Yes, right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he actually only has one leg. Are you aware of this?
No, it was not.
His right leg is a prosthetic.
Oh God, I can't. This is terrible. How did he lose his leg?
I don't know, but apparently he lost it a long time ago. And I was watching an interview with Broken Lizard a while back, and they're talking about how in high school, I think it was high school, he used to freak people out because they'd be like building sets and stuff for the drama department, and like he'd whack his leg with a hammer or something, and act like it's like in pain. Or, get a staple gun and just staple his leg.
Yes.
And then he'd show them that it was a fake leg. So apparently this
is appropriate too.
Apparently he hasn't had it for a long time
in this scene.
So, yeah. So, there is one scene later when he gets on that tandem bike by himself and he is pedaling briefly. So he must have just been using his left leg to pedal. But yeah, the longer shots when they're on the bike, he's just in the back with no pedals.
Okay.
And I would imagine that's because he only has one leg. But I don't know. Maybe he's got a sophisticated prosthetic and it allows him to move it like that to be able to pedal. I don't know. I'm not an expert on prosthetics.
I'm not either. So this is an interesting aspect of things. So I did not realize, and I can kind of see it. This was filmed in Albuquerque before, obviously, so a few years before Breaking Bad was filmed there, and made Albuquerque kind of a famous filming location, right?
Yeah. You mean Bugs Bunny didn't?
Because it's... What was that?
Bugs Bunny didn't make Albuquerque
Bugs Bunny kind of did.
Well,
you can get it from a visual standpoint there, right? It's got, a lot of one-story houses, and anyway.
Yeah.
So apparently they got the concept. They're in Australia wearing their uniforms from Super Troopers at the beer garden. And they challenged people, the top drinkers in the room, to face them in a drinking contest. So this part seems like, okay, it might be an exaggeration. You gotta remember, you're working with outrageous comedians, right? So Steve Lemmy, the actor that plays Fink, right? Apparently during this bout insulted Russell Crowe.
I could totally see him doing that.
So security had to get them out of there properly. And then they thought, it'd be fun to have a movie about, that this would be like a fun movie. At least the drinking beer part. And so they made a movie called Beerfest.
Nice.
Now, how much is true? I don't know. I'd like that being part of the mythos.
Yep.
So, because it's such a it's hilarious. I'm sorry. And granted, it may not be for everybody.
No, it's definitely not for everybody.
I get it if it's not for you. I'm sorry.
It's that dumb humor that not everybody really laughs at.
No.
But
it's crass.
But for those,
also, it's vulgar.
Yeah. But for those people of like high class and culture, and it's right up your alley.
Yes. Only for the high class.
Yes.
Like us.
Yes. So, but yes, it's very vulgar, very crass.
She said, "Fuck."
A kid gets hit in the face with a barrel of beer. With a keg.
All right, so I will need to sort this through between IMDb.
Not hard. He just get knocked off his feet. And
yes, just off his feet. I need to sort through the different people between IMDb and Wikipedia. But Wikipedia has one actress in here just as girl sprayed by keg.
Girl sprayed by keg.
And and then the next one's like, which one? because there are a few girls that get sprayed by a keg. So I guess actually it's just one. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a good idea to start with it. No, it's and I mean I would imagine if you're a Broken Lizard fan already, you've probably seen this movie.
Yeah,
I don't think you could be at the point where you've seen Super Troopers and not Beerfest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
and who knows? We'll probably end up doing Super Troopers at some point. But yeah,
we might.
So
I like that. There is like another, not really a crossover. Our director, who is one of the the crew members of Broken Lizard, right?
Mm-hmm. Jay Chandrasekhar.
Jay Chand.
Yeah, Jay Chandrasekhar.
Yeah, Jay. Has directed a movie that is not a Broken Lizard movie. He directed the Dukes of Hazzard movie.
Yes, he did.
With Jessica Simpson.
Mm-hmm. And
some other people.
The members of Broken Lizard did appear in it. They had cameos.
Yes.
So,
and again, like Will Forte has appeared in a lot of this stuff, and MC Gainey. They're not necessarily Broken Lizard people, but they help each other out, right?
Yeah. And they work with Brian Cox a lot.
I don't know if I have a whole lot else to say before we actually dive into it.
All right. Well, then let's dive into it. As always,
let's do it.
Spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about this entire movie, beginning, middle, and end. So if you've not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, then pause the podcast, watch the movie, and come back and listen. If you have seen the movie or you just don't mind being spoiled, keep on listening. But you have been warned, we will be spoiling every bit of this movie.
We will spoil all of it, and it's not like the spoilers are a big deal. But I would say, if your parents allow you to watch it, or if you're by yourself, if you're an adult, go ahead. Watch this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before, I don't know, whatever, but you should watch it. Is my main point. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely worth watching. But, I mean, if it's not your kind of humor, then I get it.
I get it. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So,
we start
I like how we begin.
Yes.
Because, it has to have an appropriate scroll.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right.
It's
got the scroll.
Very serious music.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there's a warning. It warns us. It warns us.
It warns us. There's a warning that you should not attempt to drink the amount of beer that is shown in being drunk in this movie. Because if you do, you will die.
You will die. Which, if you think about for a few of the characters later in the movie, they probably should have alcohol poisoning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A couple of the characters later in the movie?
Yeah.
Like every character later in the movie.
Yes. They do well by themselves, though. So
yes. So after the warning, then we get a close up of MC Gainey.
Yes,
it's his face.
I love how MC Gainey is the first face we see in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's MC Gainey.
Mm-hmm. And he's playing a cutthroat game of quarters.
Yes, a very cutthroat game of quarters.
With Paul Soder.
We don't see who he's playing against first, but he's ready. He's business. Mm-hmm. He's got a cigar, and he's challenging this person.
Yes. And that person is Paul Soder, one of the Broken Lizards guys, playing Jan Wolfhouse. The only one that calls him Jan is Great Game. Everybody else calls him Jan.
That's right. Yes, that's true. That's a good point. So he tries to respond to this challenge, and he kind of makes a fool of himself, right? He kind of barely gets off the ground. It kind of hits the bottom of the glass and comes back and hits him. Yep.
And then so he's got to chug the beer. And then he wants, then MC Gainey's demanding his money. And he wants double or nothing. And so MC Gainey agrees. But instead of giving him the mug that he had given him before, there's a flower vase on the table, and he grabs that
on the table. MC Gainey's kind of impressed. He doesn't realize that he's the type of guy that will go forward further with this type of challenge.
Yeah. So he grabs that vase.
It's a flower vase.
It's a very tall, thin vase.
Tall and thin, yes.
And so he takes the flower out of it, dumps the water out.
So like MC Gainey has these henchmen, right? And so they take the vase, they take the flowers. Well, I guess MC Gainey throws the flowers out, right? But his henchmen get the beer, they open it up, and they pour it into that vase.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to make it very difficult for Jan to get the quarter in this vase, because it's got such a small opening
into the vessel.
And so Jan takes that quarter, bounces it off the table, and it goes right into the vase.
Right in, splash. Not even on the rim. It just goes straight in.
And he proves that he's been hustling MC Gainey.
I love his reaction. He gets in, he's like, "Up yours, Johnny Cash."
Because MC Gainey's wearing all black.
Yes.
And so
however, MC Gainey does not take too kindly to this.
No, he does not. He does not. So he's like,
you don't come into my place of business, right? And beat
make a fool out of me. So yeah, he gets his henchmen. They're about to beat him up, and Jan's brother, Todd Wolfhouse, played by Eric Stolansky,
and he just goes like, "What are we doing?"
He pops his head in the door. He's like, "What are you doing? We got to get out of here."
Yep. Like they're in the basement. So you can say they're in the basement because there's steps down. It's like, we gotta get out of here. And MC Gainey's like, "Oh, okay." And he snaps his fingers towards one of his little henchmen. And they get a little clerical collar and pass it over to him.
And he puts it on. And we see that MC Gainey is playing a priest. And so they're about to go upstairs, and Jan stops him, and he's like, "Hey,
Padre." He's like, he rolls over and points to the vase, right? And he has and MC Gainey realizes he lost.
Picks it up and he drinks the beer.
He's gonna chug it. He lost the bet. He's gonna chug it. He's gonna make good on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does.
So they go upstairs, and we find out that MC Gainey, not only is he a priest, he's the priest who is performing the funeral ceremony for their grandpa, for Jan and Todd's grandfather.
And so he says that there's a video that he wants you all to see. They roll out the TV and the VHS player.
Yes.
And they start playing this.
It reminds me so much of elementary school.
Yes. It does.
Rolling out the TV cart. Yeah. So they put in the VHS, and it's their grandpa's daughter. It's Donald Sutherland in a hospital bed, wearing lederhosen over his hospital gown.
But I think it's one of my favorite parts. He's got the lederhosen on top of his hospital gown,
and he's talking to him. He's like, "If you're watching this, I have croaked."
So you're kind of laughing, and other people are like, "How can he say such a horrible thing?" Including his mother.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Played by Cloris Leachman.
Yes, his mother.
So we find out that
is still around. She's great Gam.
She's still around, but she kind of follows the school calendar, right? Mm-hmm. She knows the school calendar well. But yeah, so where was I on that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Donald Sutherland plays Johann von Wolfhouse.
Right. Yes. His mother is played by Cloris Leachman. We don't actually know who his son or daughter is, and his son or daughter-in-law. We know who his grandchildren are.
Yes. His grandsons are Jan and Todd Wolfhouse. And so he, he's going through his little speech on the video, and he's toasting. He's pulling out mugs of beer and he's toasting and then chugging the mugs.
Like the steins of beer. He's like, he toasts one to his mother, toasts one to his grandsons, right? And he toasts one to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good down there.
Looking good down there. He's speaking with a German accent.
I love this entire time. Like MC Gainey's in the background. Like he's already watched this video. He knows what he's saying. And it's like he's just gonna roll with it and see how everybody responds.
Yep. And so finally he tells the boys that he's gonna be leaving them with someone to watch over them. Popo! This little marionette.
Popo!
This little puppet.
I love how excited they get when they see Popo. Like, I want to, like, had he been hiding Popo from them to, like, bring him out at his funeral? So they now realize that, Popo really isn't gone?
Yeah. So, but he reveals that he was given Popo. He was, his father gave him Popo on his deathbed. And so he is going to give Popo to his grandsons on his deathbed.
That's what he's doing.
And then after he's done with all this speech and, his bequeathings, he reaches up and grabs the cord and he just yanks the plug out of the wall and drops dead.
And he immediately flatlines, yes. And now everyone's like, right? So we cut, I guess, is it at their house?
It's at...
Anyway, it's a house.
Their Great Gang Gam's house, I think. Or is it their house?
Great Gang Gam's house, yes.
So, Great Game Gam is sending them to Germany with their grandfather's ashes, with Johann's ashes.
So they can be properly dispersed.
Yes. And they're hesitant. Do we have to go all the way to Germany to do this? And he's like, yes, it's family tradition.
Oktoberfest.
Family tradition. You go here, there's this festival going on. There's a celebration that it has to be done at. And they're like, well, what's it called? And she says some German word that they don't understand. And then like, it's more commonly known as
German.
Yeah.
And she says, well, but you would know it better as
Oktoberfest. And then right away they're like, oh, we're in. We're going.
And now they're in. They're in.
So they're supposed to meet with Mr. Schneidelweizen. Or Schneidelwischen.
Uh-huh.
And he is supposed to meet them at Oktoberfest and then take them where they need to go to.
Yes. To where they need to go. Whether it's another house or someplace where they can do the proper thing without the eyes. Who knows?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Not even close to caring.
Yeah. So they get there. They get to it has kind of a abbreviated Indiana Jones map while they fly from America to Germany, to Munich. And they they get to Oktoberfest and they think it's awesome, and they're going around and seeing all the different countries that are there and all the different people just from all over the world that are all there to celebrate Oktoberfest. And we see the MC, I guess, of Oktoberfest. We see that it's Jürgen Prochnow.
Yes, that's correct. And he's up on the stage. Looks like his grandson's on there. He's having fun.
Yeah. And then Jan and Todd, they go and they come to, there's
there's
a group of British guys. There's a circle of there's some British people, there's some Irish people, there's some
Australians too, and there's both singing.
Yeah,
and there's people looking on also, not just in the circles. Other people outside and looking on.
Yeah, but they're singing different drinking songs of their nationality. They are
singing a drinking song,
a drinking song from their country, and each group is taking a turn
and singing their own.
So you get the British ones, we get the Australians, and then it goes to Jan and Todd,
the Wolf Houses. Yes, and they're wearing Beerfest type glasses, Oktoberfest type glasses.
Well, Jan is.
Right?
Jan's wearing, beer mug glasses.
And he's carrying his grandfather's ashes.
Yes. In a big Stein-looking urn.
And, they decide to go ahead and try to solve any of these missing person
and so cases. They get to their, the British and the Australians finish their songs, and then they look to the Americans, and the Wolf Houses realize that America doesn't really have any drinking songs. Not like not drinking songs like the other countries do. So they just start singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
It's the best they know.
And the British and the Australians are offended by this. They don't
take too kindly this.
They take major offense to it.
It's that bloody Jingo Jango, as they like to call it.
The bloody Jingo Jango. And so they try to start a fight.
Yes.
But, the Wolf Houses, they dodge the punch and bump into things, and, a whole Rube Goldberg-esque, things start going on.
I gotcha.
People are getting knocked around and stumble around. Beer kegs are exploding and splashing all over women, and beer wenches are getting their shirts ripped off, and then
they ripped off,
and there's a guy walking around with a big old barrel of hot cheese soup, hot cheese soup, and that he gets bumped, and the big old bucket of hot cheese soup spills over right on top of a dude with a sledgehammer. That's
you have
doing
a guy
one of those hammer games.
With a sledgehammer.
It's doing one of those
and he's demonstrating how to do the strength game.
The strength game thing. And it spills right on him.
But the hot cheese soup lands right on him.
Like it covers him. And it's hot cheese soup. So he's, freaking out and burning and
as one does when hot cheese soup falls on them.
Yeah. And, basically all this stuff happens, and then there's a keg that is suspended on ropes from the top of the tent that they're in.
Yes. And
it comes loose. And it swings down. And everybody's like jumping out of the way. And the little kid.
The kid's not jumping out of the way.
Jurgen's grandson, I would believe it is. But they never actually explain who this kid is.
I would believe that's correct, yes.
They never actually explain who this kid is, do they? Or does he say my grandson?
No, they don't.
Are you sure?
That's true.
Are you sure he doesn't mention that he's his grandson? Because when he gets up, you hurt my grandson. I vaguely remember something like that. But anyway.
Maybe.
Anyway, so he looks up and the keg is swinging right toward him, and he throws his hands up like, ah!
Well,
and it hits him.
Charles just ducks.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone ducked. I thought. Anyway.
Yeah, Jurgen did because.
Oh yes. Anyway.
So Jurgen Proch now. He's standing in front of the kid, played by Cameron Scher. Helmut.
Yes, that's right. He ducks.
Helmut is his name.
Hits this kid.
Yeah, he ducks, and then it hits the kid behind him. and knocks the kid down.
He's got his arms up in the air. It's kind of flat.
Yep.
Like he's somehow going to stop the keg.
But it just barely hits him. But it knocks him off his feet. Knocks him off his feet. And, so, they help him up. And
everyone's upset with Todd and John.
Yeah. And he's like, wait, first they're like, are you okay? Everybody seems like they're going to be fine if the kid's okay. And the kid, they ask the kid if he's okay, and he sort of nods his head, and then he just starts crying.
And the only reason they get upset is he starts crying a little bit.
That's when everybody starts going after the wolf houses.
But as we've learned, the wolf houses might be kind of assholes.
They might be.
Sorry. If your last name is Wolfhouse.
So if your last name is Wolfhouse, we're not talking about you. We're talking about these particular wolf houses.
Yes. Good point.
But so they get run out of there. And as they're leaving the tent, they meet up. They're met by Mr. Schneedelvision. Mr. Schneedelvision. And he found them. He found them, yes. And so he takes them to where they need to go. They go down these back alleys and down through this. They're about to go through this door, like to go into a building. And Jan remembers that they left the ashes back at the tent.
What are they going to do?
And so, rather than taking them back to get it, Mr. Schneedelvision just tells them, let's keep going. And so they go inside, they go down these stairs, and they're walking through this basement of like this industrial building. And
yeah, that's what it seems like.
There's a bunch of creepy stuff going on down there. There's an old woman with a meat grinder, and she's got a leg sticking out of the top of it. And there's a guy who's standing in the middle of an empty room with a little kid on a tricycle, riding around in circles around him. And then there's a man walking down the hall, dressed all up in makeup, and he's got a big purple strap on. And he walks up to him, and he's, hanging all over Todd. And Todd, sort of pushes him away. And as they're walking by, he looks up. He starts waving his arms, like waving his body. He's like, "I miss you.
I miss you." Don't worry, you'll see them again.
Yes, you'll see them again. But yeah, so it takes them up to this door, and they're basically it's like they're going into a speakeasy. The little slider thing opens up, and you see the doorman inside there, and he's like, "The password." And so Mr. Schneedelvision,
and then he
starts yodeling. He just starts yodeling, and then that's the correct password, and he lets him in. So they go in there, and it's this big room just full of people, many people that they saw, up at Oktoberfest.
Okay.
And they're just playing a bunch of drinking games. It is Beerfest. It's an underground drinking competition where the best drinkers from all over the world come and compete.
All over the world. Like, apparently America's been missing from this last few years from the way they make it sound.
There's no Team America because they don't think, because nobody in that room thinks that Americans can hold their liquor. So there's no Team America.
No Team America.
So, yeah. Anyway, so they're going up there, and they see that it's the people that are up on stage competing at the moment are the Germans against the Irish. And they are going to sudden death. And it's So each person gets a big mug full of beer, and then the last person in line gets Das Boot. It's basically just a big glass boot that they fill with beer, and so they got to go down the line.
So you try to drink.
They got to chug it from, and they, the first team to finish chugging all of them wins. And so the Germans beat the Irish, and they just won Beerfest. And we see that the MC for Beerfest is the same guy that was there for Oktoberfest. And his name is Wolfgang. His name is Baron Wolfgang von Wolfhausen. And also up on the wall, there are two portraits of,
and there's also other
two people that look very, very similar to Jan and Todd.
They do. This goes unspoken of at the moment, but they look a lot alike.
Mm-hmm. And there's a shelf up on the wall, just full of these urns that look like steins that look just like the urn that they have their grandpa's ashes in.
Yeah, very, very similar.
And so they see those and they're like, "Oh, this is where we're supposed to bring the ashes. We're supposed to put them up on the shelf."
Yes, we know exactly where we need to be. And
so Wolfgang sees them and and recognizes them as the people that ruined Oktoberfest.
not the people that hit the sun with a keg. They just ruined Oktoberfest. Or his grandson, not his son. His grandson.
Yeah, because the German team are his sons.
Yes.
So they find out that they're von Wolfhausen, so they've got to be related. And it turns out they're cousins.
And they're excited. Oh, we're related. We're cousins.
Yeah. But they have already, they've already upset the home team. And
then they surmise that they're really not full cousins, but half cousins.
Yes. Because according to the von Wolfhausens, the Wolfhausen's grandfather was a stable boy.
A thieving bastard.
Stable boy. Who stole their grandfather's secret recipe, because he had developed the best beer in all of Germany.
In all of Germany.
It was the best beer in all the world.
Not just Germany. The world.
The world. And I know I'm completely butchering a German accent. I wasn't trying to do an accurate German accent. I was trying to do one like
no, it's okay does. Because it's supposed to be a bad German accent. It's completely appropriate.
So anyway, so they they tell him the story that their grandfather was a thieving bastard stable boy, and that whose mother is a whore.
Like, you can't call Great Gambino a whore. No, just look for money.
And they get Mr. Schniedelwiesen, and because he brought them there, they take him out to the back of the room and shoot him. They just carry him off, and then you hear 2 gunshots.
He is of no concern to you.
And then
I love that there's just casual homicide in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly carried out by the Germans.
Yeah.
In fact, completely carried out by the Germans.
Yeah, the Germans are the only ones that kill people in this movie. Well, Germans are the people that work for them. Because one is not a German.
Yes, all of it has been ordered by the Germans.
Yeah,
or the Krauts.
So they attack Jan and Todd and try to force them out of there, and they knock them down, and then they bring out their grandfather's ashes,
and they throw those ashes onto them, right? And they before they do that, it was like, this is all that remains of a thieving bastard stable boy.
Yes.
And they toss them on them.
They toss them on them.
Right?
So they are covered in ashes, just like the dude is covered in Donnie's ashes.
Yes, just like the dude. And then Jurgen reaches in his pocket, pulls out several bills of money, of euros.
Yeah, he tosses it on him.
He throws them on them, tosses them on them. He's like, "How about you get a BJ from your grandma?"
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. How about you get a BJ from your whore of a great grandmother?
That's right. I love how everyone in the background just starts yelling, BJ, BJ.
So, they're chased out of there and they get back to America and they're upset and they go and they see their great Gam. And I love how, she's asking how everything went.
Get in there.
Like, oh, it was great.
Well, I love how they first get there. It's like, I can't believe they called, great Gam a whore and, grandpa, a thief, right? Like, they're upset. They're in their house. And great Gam comes in, played by Cloris Leachman.
Played Cloris Leachman. Right?
We have not seen her yet.
Yeah, we saw her at the funeral.
That's what we did see at the funeral.
We saw her at the funeral, but we didn't. And then she's also the one that sent them.
She didn't really have any lines or a lot of interaction. So.
Well, she sent them to Germany.
And she gave them the tickets too, I guess. So yes.
So
and she's like, oh, "How was the service? I hear it's a beautiful thing."
Yeah. She's like, have you ever been there? Like, no, I haven't. I've never been there, but I've heard it's beautiful. I've heard it's just wonderful. And how is Mr. Sheenovision?
He's good. He says hi.
He says hi.
I love that. He says hi.
He says hi.
Oh, that's great. And then that's when Oscar winner Monique comes in.
Yes.
And tells just things like it's time for a nap. She can't get too excited. Right?
Yes, yeah, because Monique is actually the one that Academy Award winner Monique is the one that actually answered the door when they got there. And
no, she answers the door later. Maybe Oscar winner Monique is not in this scene actually.
Yeah, she comes late. Yeah, because she comes later when their whole team comes. So yes, yeah.
So Oscar winner Monique is not quite in the movie yet.
Academy Award winner Monique is
Oscar
coming
winner
up.
Monique comes.
She's coming up, but Academy Award winner Monique is not in the movie yet.
But I love when after she leaves, because they have a restaurant, right? Their grandfather.
They've got a brewery called Schnitz and Giggle.
Oh yeah, brewery and restaurant. Schnitz and Giggles.
Schnitz and Giggle.
Sorry. Anyway, so she leaves, and they get upset. It's like she is so not a whore. And they realize they need to kick the tar out of those krauts.
Yes, they gotta put a team together and go back there and beat the germs at their own game.
Yes. So
they're trying to think
they need to recruit a team.
They need to recruit a team. They need to get the best drinkers in the country.
They need a 5-man team. It's a 5-man team. Yep. So there's 2 of them. They need 3 more, right? And they decide the first person they know they need to go to is someone that goes by the name of
Landfill.
So
his name is Phil Crundle.
His name is Phil. Yep.
Phil Crundle, and they know him because they once did Hands Across America with him.
Hands Across
America. And so then they go and they see him at a hot dog eating contest.
The hot dog eating contest.
Where he just
kind of looks like it's maybe like the county fair or maybe a state fair.
Yeah.
Some type of event like that.
Yeah. But he's sitting there on stage and he's just scarfing on these hot dogs. And I love it. He looks over at the guy next to him who's falling behind. He grabs one of the hot dogs off of his plate and starts eating it. Just taunting him.
He's just showing in his mouth. He's just gloating over everybody else that he's just demolishing.
Yeah.
Like he would be Joey Chestnut in a hot dog eating contest, right?
And so, and
they're talking about it, and like, is he okay to get? Because like, I heard that when he got fired from the brewery, like someone died that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And so, so he wins.
He wins.
He comes stepping off stage
trophy.
with this giant trophy with a big hot dog on top of it. And, he sees them and it's like, hey, guys, I haven't seen you guys since Hands Across America. And then they all grab hands.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, the same thing.
they all grab hands like, hands across America.
And it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. And it's like, yeah.
It's like,
Jim Turtleson said that, like, you get fired from the brewery.
And that upsets him.
Jim Turtleson's a fucking chatty Cathy.
Yeah, chatty Cathy. And then he throws his trophy that he just got, and it smashes on the ground, and the hot dog breaks off the top of it. And then Todd's like, yeah, and I heard somebody died that day. Somebody died at the brewery. He's like, yeah, somebody did. Me. I died that day. It was the best job in the world.
Delivering cold, fresh beer to thousands. Like, but,
Cold liquid joy to thousands. And
cold liquid joy.
And also, all the free beer you could drink.
They pull off like 50,000 bottles an hour.
It's like they make 10 million.
They wouldn't miss like 40.
So 100,000 bottles an hour. 100,000 bottles an hour. And, but you take 4 dozen and, who's going to notice 4 dozen?
As for praying, start praying to Allah.
So it became Muslim. He's like, so became Muslim. And,
I love this little line because the rest of the movie, you never see him be completely. Not to mention, he just was eating hot dogs.
Yeah. Yep.
So. But he's on board. He's going to join the team.
Yes, he's going to join the team. Then they go and they get Fink.
Charles Finkelstein.
Yes, Charles Finkelstein. And he is a doctor. He is a science professor.
He's a research scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He's researching.
He's teaching a class.
Something at the local university.
Yeah.
But right now, in particular, he's interested in frog gametes.
Yes, frog gamete.
And as the name implies, he's also Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very serious about his faith as well.
Yes,
right.
Yes, he is.
The full picture, right?
And so he's demonstrating to the class.
He's wearing a yarmulke, not just on like the Sabbath. No, he's wearing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got a yarmulke in this whole movie.
These labs with these college students with frogs.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and the particular experiments he's doing with the frogs, they have to extract frog DNA. And so he's showing them where to rub on the frog to get it to excrete DNA.
To excrete DNA. If you get what we're talking about.
So.
I love how the croaks just get higher and higher
during their whole conversation. This frog is just croaking.
He's got his thumbs
croaking faster and
going
faster.
to town on this frog.
And so they're telling him about the drinking competition while he's still stroking this frog. but they still,
and at some
making
point,
it croak.
They pique his interest, and he stops. And the frog gets upset and just starts slapping.
Yeah. The frog starts kicking his legs, and he's like, "Oh, sorry," and he starts going again.
And I love how, as he's talking about this, Landfill, because Landfill's a little bit of a jerk, so it's erasing different equations he has on the little chalkboard that he has.
Because he's trying to get Fink to join the team, and Fink is, he's hesitant.
Fink's like, "Don't touch that."
And so Landfill is, he's erasing stuff on the board. And when they were first walking up to the room, Landfill saw him. He's like, "You want him on the team? He can't drink." And they're like, "Oh,
it's like, no one studied the science of drinking better than Fink. Fink. Fink was his nickname.
In school,
his nickname is Fink.
In school, Fink, he studied everything, including beer. He knows everything there is to know about beer, about the science of beer and drinking." So once they tell him that, then Landfill's on board.
And it's important that they have him.
So they end up convincing him. And then
because they finally get to it. It's like they say, like, you get to fight. You get to go against the Germans.
And
now he's like,
he pauses for a second, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in."
And then the frog finishes.
And then the frog stops croaking, and Fink lights a cigarette.
That's my favorite part of it. Fink lights a cigarette afterwards. Frog finishes. Fink gets out a cigarette, puffs, says, "I'm in."
So now they have 4. They need a 5th.
They have 4, but they need a 5th.
So they're the next.
So they
thing
go
in the car,
to, like,
and they're driving to an overpass,
a mostly abandoned area of this town or city that they're in.
And there are some guys running around, and they're greeted.
And Landfill wants to know who they're recruiting, and the brothers just say, "Oh, Barry Batternath."
Yes, Barry Batternath, and
he's like,
so he's like, Who's Barry Batternath? Who's Barry Batternath?"
He's Barry Batternath.
And Fink's like, "You want Barry Batternath?" And so they're all arguing with Jan. Jan's the one that wants Barry Batternath.
Right, and Todd does not know yet.
Yeah, Todd does not know that they're going there to get Barry. Yeah. So Todd's freaking out. And Fink is like, "Why do you want Barry Batternath?" And then this whole time, Landfill is sitting in the back seat. He's like, "Who's Barry Batternath? Who's Barry Batternath? Who's Barry Batternath?
Who's Barry Batternath? Who's Barry Batternath?"
And it's also important to note.
And finally, Fink is like, he is the best any drinking game he could find. Quarters, Pong, whatever it was.
Whatever game, he was a master of it. It's like, "Oh, we should put him on our team."
And then I love how Landfill's like, "Oh, we should get him on our team."
But it's also important to note that
and then finally Landfill like, and Fink's like, "Oh, well, yeah, but Todd and him kind of had a falling out."
Yeah, but
you see, Barry boinked Todd's girlfriend. They used
boinked. Yes. But yeah, so it's important to note though that Landfill and Fink are sitting in the back seat. Landfill is in the middle, and he's sitting in the middle of the back seat, and Fink is like crammed up against the door
on the driver's side.
Yeah, and he's crammed up against the door.
And he's just asking, he's like, "Hey, can't you move over?" He's like, "No, I'm comfortable.
I like sitting in the middle.
I've got plenty of space."
Kind of like the
I love how this
like the bed scene in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes, just like that. It's a very good comparison.
But there were no pillows involved.
And like that, most of this movie, they're kind of at odds with each other.
Yeah,
not like they hate each other, but annoyed by each other, right? But that's gonna change by the end of the movie.
Yeah,
it's gonna be completely different.
Yep. But anyway, so they are greeted by Barry Batternath, Jay Sandershakhar.
Yes.
And Jay
He's got sunglasses on.
He's wearing sunglasses, right? And he walks up to the driver's side window, and he's like, before you even recognize him, he just starts like listing off prices. Like $1 to look at it, $2 to touch it, $3 to let me to
$3 for me to touch it.
For me to touch it. $4 for me to touch it
while touching your toes.
Yeah. And then he recognizes him. He's like, "Hey guys, hey, what's up?"
I recognize you. So I wish you had known. I could have talked to my pimp.
Yeah. So then he gets right back into the pricing. And he's like, $10 for an HJ, $12 for a BJ, $15 for a ZJ. And Jay's like, "What's a ZJ?" He's like, "If you have to ask, you can't afford it." I love this. I love this part there. Fink has his wallet out. He's talking to Landfill. He's like,
I've got $4. Landfill's like,
Landfill's like, "Put it away."
Which is funny because I kind of think Landfill might be the one more intrigued by the possibility. Not Fink.
Yeah. So Jan is trying to convince Barry to join the team.
Yes.
And so he gets out of the car, and he wants him to show him how good at quarters he is. And so he's got an old coffee cup, and he puts it on the hood of the car and hands him a handful of quarters. And Barry just grabs them and puts them in his pocket. And then he starts unzipping his pants.
I forgot about
that. Jane's like, no. I want you to show the guys your skills with the quarters. He's like, oh, okay. So he goes and he throws a quarter, and it bounces off the hood of the car, over into the street.
Nowhere close.
And this other little scrawny guy that's competing with Barry, runs over and grabs it. He's like sort of dancing because he just won a quarter.
Yes. He just won a quarter. Ooh.
And so he tries a couple more times and keeps missing. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I guess I just don't have it anymore."
Yeah.
And so, they leave. They go back to Schnitz and Giggle. They're sitting there trying to figure out who else they could get for the team.
Right. And they should know, like, a lot of it's already out there for them. They can figure this out. But, yeah.
So.
But, yeah, they're back at the restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm. So they're trying to figure out. And then Barry walks in. And he's drunk.
Barry walks in. He's drunk.
He is drunk.
Because he is upset about being humiliated about quarters earlier.
Yeah.
So he is drunk.
So he comes in there. And he, opens up he throws his jacket back.
He's like, "Wolf House, I want on the team." And they're like, "Forget it, you're washed up."
And he throws his jacket back and reaches down toward his waist. And they start freaking out because they think he has a gun. But it's just a change maker.
Like, he's got a gun!
He's got a change maker on his belt. And
he's got a change.
He puts a bunch of quarters in his hand and starts just tossing them. Doing all these trick shots and all this. And every quarter is going exactly where he's trying to get it.
Everything's going
Every quarter is going where he wants it. Going into the glasses.
He even hits with a Fink and then it just
some of them are like settling. Glass. Yeah, some of them are settling on the top, like on the mouth of the bottles. And then he picks up some darts and he just starts throwing them without even looking at the dartboard. And they're all bullseyes. He's not even looking.
He's just throwing. He's getting a straight bullseye.
He gets like 5 bullseyes. And then he goes to the pool table and it's all racked up and he just hits the cue ball.
It's all racked up. And
all the balls go
one
into
hand and he just hits them.
With one hand, he breaks it and all the balls go into the holes. Except the cue ball.
Uh-huh.
And so now they're like, "Wow, you're on the team."
And he looks at him. It's like, "Yeah, what can I say? I'm better when I'm drunk." And so, yeah, he's on the team. They have it. They're ready.
They have their 5.
Now they need to train.
Yes, now they need to train.
They have their 5. They need a train.
So they go into the back room of Schnitzengigel.
And Todd's going to be kind of the trainer at this point.
Mm-hmm. And they have a keg. And they're like, okay. He
tells them, like, all right, so we have this long to do this, and here's a keg. This is what our plan is going to be, right? He even goes over the Fink. It's like
to get this ready.
He goes to Fink. Fink even goes over to Todd. It's like, yeah, or Todd goes to Fink. Excuse me, Todd goes to Fink. He's like, yeah, they had this thing to boot. Like, I need to figure out how they can drink from this thing.
Yeah, because what we
might
saw
get into showdown with them about this.
So what we saw at the beginning when they were at Beerfest was the Irish lost because the boot, when they were drinking it, it ended up all splashing in the guy's face. And so
they can drink to a certain point, and then it just kind of cascades and splashes in the face.
Yeah, so they give
for everybody but the Germans.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody but the
Germans. But yeah, so they give a boot to Fink. He's like, figure that out. Figure out the secret to drinking from this boot.
He's a science-minded guy. He likes that science-minded challenge.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna devote what he can to figure out the physics behind it.
Yeah. So then they're like, oh, well, none of us leave until this keg is empty. And so they each pour a beer.
And it's not a half keg. It's a full keg.
Yeah. So they all start trying to chug, but then they're all like, they take a sip and then they stop. But Landfill, he just chugs the whole mug. he just chugs like it's nothing.
Just like, oh, it's kind of cold. Like, yeah, that was cold on my teeth.
It's cold. It's the teeth. It's cold on my teeth. That's what's doing it. It's like, yeah. And Jan is sitting there kind of bouncing back and forth. And he's like, yeah. And dancing while drinking, that's probably not a good idea. That's what's doing it for me. That's
not a good idea.
Yeah, dancing while drinking, that's making it harder.
So, like, you got to realize on this it's like it's funny because, like, at the beginning of the movie, you'd think at least Jan has, still experience in drinking games since he was playing a priest in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't know the full level of that skill set.
Yeah, then we get a little bit of a montage. And
as they're going through the evening, as they're drinking,
yes, as they're going through the evening,
they say, like, oh, we have this many beers in this keg.
Mm-hmm. The 124
if we use
beers.
A 12-ounce or 16-ounce solo cup or whatever, the calculation should be.
Yeah, 124 beers, I think, is what they came to.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So then it just shows them, throughout the night.
And the point as they're starting for the evening,
Barry comes up.
Barry goes up to Todd. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about your wife. Can't we just bury the hatchet?"
No, he's like, I'm sorry about porking your girlfriend." And
that's right. Yes.
And Todd's like,
and he's like, "Can we just
can we just bury the hatchet?"
He's like, and Barry's like, "Oh, I guess."
Yeah. Todd's like, "Yeah, I guess," and then Barry's like, "Yeah, she was a whore, wasn't she?" I mean, she was.
She just sat there like a plastic fuck doll.
She just sat there like a plastic fuck doll. and then Todd.
This sets like, Todd off because he's like,
I happen to have married that plastic fuck doll.
And so now they're all fighting, and even Barry and Fink and Landfill, who don't necessarily have a horse in this fight.
No, they're sort of going after each other. And then it cuts to, a couple hours later when they're all sitting there singing. They're all like,
happy drunks at this point.
Yep, they're all happy drunks and they're singing and but Todd's nowhere to be found. Todd's not part of that singing group. And then off from off screen, Todd just comes running up. He's like, "I hate you, Barry, better enough!" He tackles Barry. He tackles Barry.
And the fighting resumes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it got to a little bit later, and
they're all passed
barely
out.
being able to do anything.
They're all passed out.
And then it cuts to the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nice idyllic music in this morning.
Yep.
There's people jogging by the house.
Yep.
Riding the bikes by the house. But the first thing we see is Landfill. His wife walks out from their living area into the kitchen. She's like, "Oh my god!" And Landfill is passed out. The door slightly ajar.
With the fridge door open, and she thinks he's had a heart attack and he's dead. So she jumps down and starts.
He has ham.
Starts giving him CPR
all over his face. He's got ham.
Yeah, he's got ham
all over.
Yeah. So he's she gets down there. His wife, Krista, she gets down and starts giving him CPR. And when she goes to give him mouth to mouth, she ends up with a piece of ham in her mouth. She gets up. She's like, "Oh, what is this?" And Landfill wakes up. He's like, "Oh," he grabs it.
It's like
ham, and he eats it.
And then he goes back to his slumber.
Yep. And then Jan and Todd wake up. They go to see, how much did we drink last night? And they try to lift the keg, but they can't lift it because it's still full of beer.
It's still super full. Like, oh, like, okay. And then Todd's like, oh, there's no reason to yell. Even though they've been speaking just like this.
Yeah, they've been speaking very quietly.
Right? They got drunk and they are hungover.
They need some Jimmy Johnson speed.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. That's the cure right there.
Yeah, but they don't know that because they haven't experienced that.
They don't know that yet. They will get to know that, hopefully. So, but yeah, so he wakes up, and he sees that he's got all the food, and the rest of the class, it's like, they need to start getting ready for the next class, and they're ready to go. Who's the next person we get? We get the it's Barry. Barry wakes up, right?
Yeah, Barry wakes up and he's out in the middle of nowhere, naked.
Middle of nowhere. He's naked.
He's laying on his stomach.
We see his ass. We see Barry's ass.
Yeah, and he turns his head and he's got blood all over his mouth. And then he's like, "No, not again."
There's a deer. He's like, "Not again."
He's like, "Not again." And the camera pans out and there's a deer with a big bite taken out of its throat. And then he stands up. He gets up and runs away.
He runs awkwardly away.
Mm-hmm. Then we get Fink. He's in his classroom and he's working with the frog again. And this time he's half asleep. He's hungover.
He's trying to stay awake.
Then the frog, gets to the point where frogs do, and he ends up with some green goo on his face.
Wait. Wait, pause. What's that point that frogs get to that they do?
Well, when a frog is being manipulated, like Fink is teaching the students to do, the frog can only reach a certain point before there is an evacuation of some sort.
I love how it's his glasses. He's just like, kind of wakes him up.
Yeah. So
anyway, they realize that they need to seek someone else that might have what they need to know to beat the Germans at a drinking competition.
Mm-hmm.
And the best person they know for that is the one person that has lived in Germany, Great Gam Gam.
Yes, Great Gam Gam. So they go to visit Great Gam Gam, and this is when Academy Award winner Monique answers the door.
Yeah, Academy Award winner Monique answers the door. And they're surprised by this because They've never seen Academy Award winner Monique before.
No, they have not. And so they're confused. They're like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Oh, I'm here to help Great Game Game. I'm taking care of her." And
so, but then Great Game Game, she comes. She says, "Oh, hi, boy." She's excited. She's a grandmother. She's excited to see her grandchildren and her grandchildren's friends.
Yes,
right.
And she's like, "Come in, come in, come in." It's like, this is Academy Award winner Monique. She's here to help me. She plays Cherry. Academy Award winner Monique plays Cherry.
She does play Cherry. Her character's name is Cherry. Yes.
So
yes. I don't know if she provides that cherry on top. But her name is Cherry.
Oh, she provides a cherry on top for Barry later, but that's a berry cherry.
Well,
but that's
yes.
We're getting ahead of ourselves a little
bit. a little bit. So she gets here. She's like, "Oh yeah," and she starts talking about her sausages. She brings in a sausage. She starts demonstrating about how Germans warm their sausages.
No, she brings out sausages. They're straight from the fridge, so they're cold. And she's like, "Let me warm it up for you." And so she picks up one of the sausages and she starts
slapping it with her hands,
and rubbing it.
And then she rubs it with her hands like she's starting a fire with it.
Yes, among other things.
And some of them are looking at her like, "Oh, but, she really might be," and they're like, "Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it." Anyway,
and then finally, she gets done beating this one particular sausage.
And Jam, he's like, okay, Greg, you can stop now.
Okay, Greg. It's like,
we're good. We don't need the rest of them.
We're just more interested, like, how are Germans such good drinkers? It's like, well, they train them from a young age.
High up in the mountains. And then Fink's like, oh, high altitude training.
Like, high altitude training. Right? It's like, and
they drink ram's piss. It's like ram's piss.
Like, yes. Ram's piss. Why ram's piss?
Because if it's for like the vitamins and like all this. And Fink is like,
no.
Fink is asking all this, and then she's like, no, it's because if you can drink ram's piss, you can drink pretty much anything. So
at some point, she just says, I don't know if it was there. She says, fuck. And I think like, he goes like, she said, fuck.
She said, fuck. So they're like, okay, thanks, Greg. He gives us a lot of good information, and they leave, and then they're sitting on the roof.
And that's when Academy Award winner Monique comes in. It's like, we gotta go for your nap.
Yeah, we gotta go for your nap. And so Academy Award winner
Monique, I'm gonna take a sausage,
to the other room.
Little sausage for my nap. Yep. Always helps me get to sleep.
Yep. So Academy Award winner Monique takes her into the other room to put her to bed, and
with her sausage.
The guys leave, and next we see them sitting on a roof. They're getting their high altitude training, and they each have a jar of ram's piss,
which they can barely swallow.
Yeah.
Because hey, it's ram's piss.
It's ram's piss.
Ask the motorcycle cop from Dumb and Dumber about ram's piss.
That's not even ram's piss
or whatever.
That was just regular person piss.
Could have been anything from it. Was Jim Carrey piss, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks.
But thanks.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah. So they decide, you know what? We can't. How much can we really learn? Just be sitting on the roof or drinking by ourselves in the downstairs? Like, we need to get out there. We need to challenge people.
Yeah. So they go to a house party. Some kids are throwing a house party. Some high school kids.
I love how they found out that there's a house party. Did they just walk around until they found the nosy house? I don't know.
But they just barge in there like they own the place.
And everyone's kind of like confused, and there's like this.
Why are all these old people in here?
Who ordered the queer makeover or queer eye makeover?
Yeah, who ordered the queer eye makeover? And so they come in there and they challenge them.
We're the party brigade, and we're here to party or something like that.
So he grabs a can.
Right.
He grabs 2 cans, and he shotguns 2 cans at the same time.
He grabs 2 cans. They're similar to like those large Foster's like oil drums.
Yeah. So he pokes a hole in both of them, and he shotguns both beers at the same time, and it impresses all the kids.
Oh yeah, they're impressed.
So then they're welcomed into the fold, and so each one of them is going through doing different drinking games or different, doing different ways of drinking. Learning from these kids and challenging them. And
yes, right. Mm-hmm.
So Fink is with a kid who's got a bong, and he's supposed to take a hit from the bong, chug his beer, take a shot, and then blow the smoke out. And so Fink does it, and then he's like, "Oh, that was easy.
It feels good to him.
That feels good. I like that." And then he curls up in the fetal position on the floor, and
he curls in the fetal position in the middle of the kitchen.
Yep, and takes a nap. And Jan is playing. What is Jan playing?
Is he playing anything in here or not? I don't think he plays anything in here.
I think they got beer pong going on, and so they're gonna play it. And they hand a paddle to Barry, and starts.
Well, that's later in the movie when the Germans come to their restaurant later in the movie. That's not yet.
But no, it happens twice in the movie. I think one of them might have been. Yeah. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't this time. Maybe it wasn't at the party. Maybe it was earlier when they were training, because they had a beer pong table set up and.
Right, yeah,
and his hand starts shaking.
That's fine. Yeah,
like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
But at the party, they don't play pong. Like, they're often, like we said, that's like right. Fink does his own shots there, and like he starts curling up, and one of his neighbors is like, "Hey, Mr. Finkelstein," it's like, it's good to see you. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I just need to say that, like, last time my newspaper didn't end up on the porch or something. Yeah, something like that.
He's like, you're my paper boy." Yeah, you left out a section or something. But
he didn't get a Sunday supplement.
Yeah, he didn't get his Sunday supplement. Yeah, that's right.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So
right,
but they're playing.
And we see them playing
different
games. We see them play. We see them play. I Never.
Yes.
Right.
And I Never. They're playing that repetition one.
We see Landfill. Right, and Barry playing it.
Yes,
and they both secretly drink at things that they both should be ashamed about drinking for.
Like one of the kids is like, I never hooked up with.
I never fool around with Coach.
I never fool around with Coach. What's his name? And a couple of girls drink, and then Landfill just like tries to sneak a drink.
Which makes like, okay, so. Has this coach been at this high school that long that Landfill fooled around with the coach back when he was in high school?
Or
did he fool around with the coach subsequently?
Yeah. Like, did he just happen to run into him one day?
He's like, hey, let's fool around. Right?
Yeah.
Barry takes a drink on one of them too. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And, the party continues on until they find, the cops finally get called, right? As they're getting called, you have Todd. Who's Todd going to be fighting? Because he's in a wedding dress.
So Todd and Jan are dressed as a bride and groom. Jan is wearing a baby blue tux, that's right. Very reminiscent of Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber.
Yes,
and Todd is in a wedding dress. And they've got big inflatable boxing gloves. They're in the backyard.
Yes, big gloves. So they have the big gloves, and they're actually now ready to actually fight.
Yeah,
in terms of this battle.
Yes, but then the cops show up.
Right? This girl comes like, cops, cops.
And all the kids scatter.
What do you do when cops show up and you're underage drinking at a house?
All the kids
stay
scatter.
And blame the owner of that house.
Yep.
Maybe.
And then, all the adults that are there.
All the adults.
They're kind of, well, what do we do? So they leave.
Yeah,
and we see
true.
They're riding a tandem bike, a 5-person tandem bike.
Yes.
Down the street. Where did they get the bike? I don't know.
I don't know. I've wanted this for a long time.
But
it shows up and I roll with it the best that I can.
But Todd and Jan are still dressed like the bride and groom.
Yes, right. Not sure you work all that out, but anyway.
But they're pulling up to each person's house, right, and let them out.
Right.
Like, good night. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. And get ready. So.
And then is this when we get when it jumps to? No. It's not. This is So then we have they're back in their training facility.
Yes.
And Fink has discovered the issue with the boot.
No, he discovers the issue, isn't it?
He hasn't discovered
how to solve
solution.
the issue.
He has not.
But he understands why it happened.
The issue
why the
is.
problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
He discovers the issue, which, as they drink the beer from the boot, then there's an air bubble that appears in the toe
that hits,
and as soon as the beer clears the bottom of the toe area of the boot, that air bubble ends up pushing, just forcing the rest of the beer out of the opening.
Right. And you just have a cascade of beer just falling all over your face.
Mm-hmm.
And the Germans don't have this problem. So it happens to their team, doesn't happen to them. So, they go on the win.
So now that he knows what the problem is, now he's just got to figure out a solution. So he doesn't have that yet. But while he's sitting there explaining the bubble, then Landfill picks up Popo.
We have 7 months left at this point.
Yes, there's 7 months left.
We get a little time card. It's 7 months left.
Yes. So while he's explaining all this stuff about the bubble, then Landfill is holding Popo. And he walks over to him. He's like,
and he's like,
bubble. And he's acting like Popo is talking. He's like, and so Fink is like, can you please stop that? It's really frustrating. And Landfill's like, it's frustrating. And he's like poking him in the face with Popo's hand. And he's like, it's frustrating. And so Fink grabs Popo and just throws him over the side. And when he hits the floor, his head pops off.
His head pops off.
And Jan and Todd are like, hey, be careful. And they run over and grab it. And before they can try to put the head on, then they notice there's something inside Popo.
Yes.
A little rolled up piece of paper. And so they pull it out of there and they're trying to read it. It's all written in German. And Jan and Todd, neither of them speaks German, even though they're of German descent. And Barry even mentions that. He's like, wait, you guys are German.
But thankfully,
you don't speak German?
They have an outfielder that's a parent that will be happy to play in the outfield. So Barry grabs it and he speaks German. So he's reading it and he's like, it's a beer recipe. These are ingredients. Like, oh yeah, it's a beer recipe.
And so then they're like, oh wait, did Granddad really steal the beer recipe?
That's right.
Wait, that means Great Game Cam is a whore.
they start playing through the entire scenario in their head.
It's like, that would mean the Great Game Cam is a whore.
They close their ears and they storm off.
Yeah. But then they decide to make the beer. So they follow that recipe and they make the beer and they each try it.
Well, they don't find it yet. Did they find it then?
Yes. Yeah.
They do find it then.
They find it then and they make the beer. And then they're trying
it. They get happy.
Jan takes a sip of it.
They are so happy.
They are so happy making the beer. It's a little montage of them making it. And then they have the finished product. And they each have a mug. And
yes, they all
Jan takes the first sip.
They have that mug. That's a glorious mug.
Jan takes the first sip, and he's like, he just gets this look on his face, like he's in heaven.
It's like this relaxed look on his face. And he looks up and he feels this love and gratitude.
Yeah. And then he, motions everybody else to drink up, and so everybody else tries a sip, and each one has something to say about it. Like, it's magical.
Yes.
And Barry's like,
I want to stick my dick in it.
I wanted to stick in me. And Barry's like,
where? So we could freeze it into ice blocks.
I wish it was winter so we could freeze it into ice blocks and skate on it. And then in the springtime, we could melt it and drink it.
Both are ready. I love it. They're ready regardless, whatever it is.
The best beer in the world. In the world. In all the world. And now they're sitting in the so now they're sitting in the bar, and they have it in bottles.
Yes.
They have made this beer and they've bottled it and all that.
And it's a smash hit.
Mm-hmm. And then we get a shot of the Germans training. And they're
high altitude.
They're high altitude, up high in the mountains. They're
with a
treadmills, holding kegs over their heads with straws, and doing different, hanging upside down and drinking, doing the monkey chug, and
all reasonable.
And Grandpa. He walks in. Wolfgang walks in.
Most urgent.
Wolfgang walks in, and there's a knock on the door, and so Will Forte goes to answer, and he comes back and says, "Grandpapa, there's a package for you." I just love the way he says that. Grandpapa.
He's so good.
And this courier comes in holding a box. He's like, "I have brought this package to you. It is all the way from America. It is marked most urgent."
Most urgent. This is James Roday.
Yes.
For you psych fans.
Yes.
It might depress you about what happens next, but it is a comedy.
So
it's all done.
Wolfgang,
a comedic effect.
Yes. So Wolfgang, opens up the box, and it's a bottle of beer. And so he reaches into his pocket. He's got a
bottle opener ready.
A bottle opener in his pocket, and he opens it up, and he takes a sip of it, and realizes this is the beer. This is the recipe.
This is the beer.
The old family recipe.
This is the recipe that makes this amazing beer.
Mm-hmm. And then he looks at the courier and he's like, "Does anyone else know you had this? Who else knows about this?" He's like, "Just me. I brought it." And he tells his sons to get rid of him. He's like,
so we don't
shoot the messenger.
His life.
Yeah.
Hey, you get more chances later, messenger.
Yeah, so they take
careful of it.
They take the messenger off and kill him.
Yes, they do.
So
I love how they'll just kill him. They shove tubes up his throat and just basically drown him.
Yeah,
with ram's piss.
Yeah, they shove tubes in his mouth and up his nose and hang him upside down and basically dump ram's piss because they're all drinking ram's piss. And he tries to play like,
"This is Germany. Like, who am I going to talk to?"
Yeah.
So Anyway.
So, and what we neglected to say earlier was the whole reason that the Americans wanted to beat the Germans, and this is because they challenged the Germans to drinking.
Okay.
And so to a chugging contest, and they decided that the Germans decided they were going to send their least, their lightest drinkers, and it's the two huge guys.
Okay.
And they completely destroyed.
What do you say?
They completely destroyed Jan and Todd with chugging.
So it seems like.
So that's where they wanted revenge. So they were going to come back and with the team. But anyway, that was way earlier in the movie.
Sense.
But anyway, so
that makes sense.
I just remember we didn't talk about that at the time. So anyway,
no, we didn't talk about that. I'm glad you brought it back.
Yeah. But yeah, basically the two. There's the three main brothers on the German side. And then there's the two hulking, gigantic guys.
Yeah, I always think that they're the interesting ones.
They're supposedly the worst drinkers of the team.
Huh.
But even though they are still better than anybody else in the world, apparently.
Well, yes, there's that. But they've yet to prove it.
Well, they proved they proved it year after year at Beerfest.
I guess that's true. Yes. Anyway,
yeah. So then it cuts back. It cuts back to the Americans.
Always us Americans.
Mm-hmm. And they're back at the bar. And is this when the Germans come in to the bar?
No.
When they barge in?
Yes, because they've received.
Because now that they know that they have the beer, they come
killed the messenger.
Yes, they killed the messenger, and they've come in. We get
a scene from like a U-boat.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, because Wolfgang is like, we're going to America. Pack your bags. We're going to America, and then they're going. Right. They're traveling to America in a U-boat.
In a U-boat. And before that, as
the Germans are traveling to America,
wind things down. They're bringing over one of these, hired guns to show them how to pitch, right? So, and yes, so this period kind of gets a slightly shorter aspect. So,
so we got the guys in the bar, and the Germans show up.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
and they have a briefcase.
Well, I love how they show up too, because like they're in the U-boat first, right? And they have a name for recipe retrieve, Operation Recipe Retrieve,
Operation Recipe Retrieve,
which they fight over, on a U-boat,
So,
and the grandpa was like, "Stop fighting! I've had a bad experience on one of these." I was referring to Das Boot.
Yep.
Hey, Das
Boot. So, anyway, so the Germans come into the bar, and they have a briefcase, and they have a briefcase.
They're ready to make a deal.
It's a briefcase filled with 500,000 Deutschmarks. No, it's euros. 500,000 euros.
And yes, it's euros.
It's euros.
Yes.
And the Americans like,
he's the first to make fun of it.
Yeah.
The Monopoly money.
Monopoly money is like, I knew we should have brought Deutschmarks.
No, that's legal tender.
This is legal tender in Europe. Like, well, we're not in Europe. And so they close the case and they pull out another case. And they're like, okay, well, how about this? Here is 500,000 American dollars. And they're like, the recipe's not for sale.
If you want it, you're going to have to beat us. And they don't want it that badly. They're not going to say they're going to beat them.
Yep. And during this whole thing, then there's a cuckoo clock above the door.
Yes. There is a cuckoo clock
that
above the door.
Goes off.
Correct.
That goes off. And Eric Christian Olsen, he just stops mid-sentence. He just turns like, what's the fuck was that?
There's a cuckoo clock, dude. You should know what a cuckoo clock looks like. Apparently he doesn't, but that's fine. He doesn't have to know what it is.
But yeah, so after the Americans turn down the money and tell them, if they want the recipe, they're gonna have to beat them at Beerfest, and so they, storm out of there. They're upset, and as they're walking out, then Eric Christian Olsen reaches up and grabs the cuckoo clock and slams it on the ground and smashes it. Then they go back to Germany.
Yeah, just makes me more angry. Good job. Make him more angry. Good job.
Meanwhile, Barry.
Meanwhile, what?
Has to quit the team.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And Fink has to quit the team because it's interfering with his teacher duties, with his university duties.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
And
he's going to get fired. He's got to destroy all the evidence by lighting them on fire in a pillowcase and throwing it in a dumpster.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because he accidentally cloned a monkey frog hybrid. And yeah, so that's so he's got to throw it in the dumpster and light it on fire.
Is none too happy about this.
No. So yeah, so he's got to quit the team, and Barry is upset about the whole ping pong thing because he again is not able to, because they tried to get him to play the Germans and he turned it down again because his hand was shaking. And
it's still going to be within him.
We still don't know why.
Find a way to proceed.
We still don't know why he doesn't like playing ping pong anymore.
We don't know. Yep.
But we'll find out.
We'll try to figure it out.
But then after the two of them quit, then Landfill comes in and he tells them that his wife left him and took the kids.
That's right.
And then Fink's like, I didn't know he had kids.
I love how when he gets a classic.
Yeah, but he's like, she said that I'm drinking too much and I'm never there, and so she took the kids. And so he's all distraught, and he goes.
He is.
And so Jan gives him a beer, gives him a Schnitzengigel.
He does, yes. Because why wouldn't he like it? It's the best beer in the world.
So he gives it to him, and he drinks it, and he goes to walk back into the back area where they were training, and he sees all that, and then you have a little montage of his memories of different things that they were doing in there. The
He's
fun
so
they
touched
had.
by all of it. He's thinking about how much fun it was.
And then he walks up to,
and meanwhile,
to where they've been brewing the beer.
Yes.
And he's walking up there, and there's this gigantic vat of beer.
It is a gigantic
just
vat
like
of beer,
the big vats of chemicals at Ace Chemicals in Batman.
Yeah, I don't think but I like that.
Just like Ace Chemicals, they don't put a lid on this vat of beer. It's just a big open vat of beer.
Yeah, it's open vat. It's all this.
And he, walks up there to the little catwalk that's up at the top of the vat, and he sees Academy Award winner Monique, and she is pulling a CD out of the computer and putting it in a case.
Yes, she is.
And she's like, "Ha! I have the recipe."
That's right. Completely.
And we completely missed a part earlier when they were all partying and drunk, and Barry had a drunken night of lovemaking with who he thought was a beautiful woman, and it turned out to be Academy Award winner Monique. Give him a little slap and tickle. But that's pretty much the gist of that whole scene that we missed talking about. So there you go.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we got out eventually because it's very, very good.
So anyway, so Academy Award winner Monique is up there, and Landfill is trying to stop her because she has a CD with the beer recipe on it.
Yes, she does.
And so they get into a fight. They start fighting. She reveals that she's been working for the Germans the whole time.
Yes.
And they had this prolonged fight. They each get their hits in, they get their licks in, and then they're going back and forth, and then and Landfill pulls out his knife, but Monique knocks it out of his hand, and it falls into the vat of beer, and that's important. Falls into the vat of beer, and then during their fight, Landfill's standing in front of the edge of the catwalk, and Monique hits him, and he falls back and lands in the vat of beer. And he's trying to swim out, but something is pulling him under. Something keeping him from being able to be buoyant. And she's like, "Oh, you see that? You feel that pulling you under? That's the yeast." And so he sinks. He sinks into the vat of beer. While Monique, takes the recipe and runs. So, sorry, Academy Award winner Monique takes the recipe and runs.
It is she is Academy Award winner Monique.
And so Landfill is down at the bottom of this beer. The bottom of this vat of beer, and he's trying to get out, and he sees his knife.
He is struggling.
So he picks up the knife.
One way to do this.
He picks up the knife and he starts hitting the side of the vat with it, trying to break the glass.
I guess I shouldn't say one way. He sees multiple ways. The first way he sees is stabbing.
So he's trying to break it, but it's not. He's not able to get the force in there, and the knife's too small, and it's not going to break it. So then he's like, "Okay, well, I got to drink it." So he just starts chugging.
I love this
from from inside this beer vat, and you just see this whirlpool forming, vortex forming, and just going right into his mouth.
And you think he's gonna make it?
And the beer level is coming down, dry, and it gets just above his head, and then the scene cuts to the other guys, and they're looking for Landfill.
Yep, and Fink's ready. He's ready to burn these mice, and they're looking for him, and finally,
so
Jan's like,
they go back there. They go back there looking for Landfill.
It's okay, Landfill, buddy.
And they look back there, and they see Landfill floating in this vat, dead. He's drowned in beer.
And you just hear Jan go, "No,
Con!"
And that's when we hear the music.
Yes, that's when we hear the music.
One of the most perfectly placed songs in any movie.
We hear "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" by Poison,
and we get the start of the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get the start of. We get the whole song here.
We get this. Yes, it's not just part of it. We get the whole song.
But it's playing, and then we're at a funeral.
Everyone's sad.
Everyone's
sad. Like, that's why it's playing, right? And
there's a casket, and Landfill is in it. Landfill's in the casket while the music's playing, and Fink gets up.
He's going to deliver the eulogy.
And he starts out by,
we get the song's going quietly in the background, right?
Landfill.
Was it something I said or something I did? Yeah. Did my words come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you.
Though I tried, but I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad song.
Sad song.
Every rose has its
thorn.
So Fink is up there giving the eulogy, and he's like
up there. This is when
Landfill could drink a lot, but Landfill could also love a lot.
He could also love a lot, and that's where we see MC Gainey again. If you look at the background of this scene, MC Gainey's back in this scene. He does not have a line in this scene, and you think, "Oh yeah, he's the priest. He should be in this scene." Guess what? He is actually in this scene.
He's there. So
he just sits and listens to Fink's eulogy.
Mm-hmm. And then Fink starts talking about how Landfill could eat a lot. And one time
he could love a lot, but he could also eat a lot.
One time he swallowed an entire plum. No, he farted an entire plum.
I was plum surprised.
He farted an entire plum. I was plum surprised. So afterwards, they're all in the room.
Before he's like, but he was a fat asshole.
But he was my fat asshole.
He was my fat asshole. I'm gonna miss you, buddy.
And he goes up and he does what he's done several times with Landfill when he's trying to intimidate him. He'd grab him by the collar and he'd just chug a beer right in front of him. So he does it. He runs up, he grabs his collar, L'chaim, and he starts chugging a beer right up in his face.
And he just starts breaking down. He's bawling.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd and Jan have to
go pull him away. And
in the background, you see Barry. He's entered into the church, and he's got some tears going down. But then he makes his way forward, and he sees Todd's wife. It's like, He's like, hi. He's like, oh, hi, Barry.
Yeah. Because what he revealed was it was not just Barry and Todd's wife. It was Barry.
It was the silo.
The silo and Todd's wife. So it was a three-way.
Like, yeah, you never knew it was a three-way, did you?
Anyway,
the Germans are like, they're like, oh, the double team.
Oh, it's a double team. So he's sitting there talking to Todd's wife because Todd stepped away for a second and he's talking to Todd's wife and she's like, do you keep in touch with the silo?
Oh, the silo. I haven't talked with him in ages. Todd shows up and Barry's like, oh, I'm sorry, Todd. His wife just kind of looks down.
So then after the funeral, they're sort of in the side room.
Yeah.
The four guys
afterwards.
And they're reminiscing about Landfill.
And they're still wondering, like, how can we get a fifth person? How are we going to do this?
Like, we got to... Because they're still trying to convince... Jan and Todd are still trying to convince the other guys to come back.
Yes, to the team. Right.
And so they convince them, and then
we got two that are completely gone. One is dead, right?
Yeah. So they convince the other two to come back, and they're trying to figure out a fifth. And then they hear a familiar voice. And there's a man in a cowboy hat that looks exactly like Landfill that walks through the door.
Yes. Except he's wearing a bolo tie.
He's wearing a bolo tie and a cowboy hat. And he's like, well, howdy, guys. I'm Landfill's twin brother, Gil.
He looks just like Gil. He looks just like Landfill.
And he shotguns a beer.
Because I hope that takes away the awkward getting to know you phase.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no, see, I've been in contact with Landfill. Landfill has told me everything about you guys. You're Fink, aren't you?
That's right.
It's like, Landfill's told me all about you guys. So I guess that means we can skip the whole awkward getting to know you phase. But he shotguns a beer, and Fink is like, wow, he drinks even faster than Landfill. and
he finishes it, and then he just belches.
And everybody's just living it. They're just loving this power belch.
First they're shocked by it, and then they adjust to it.
They're like, oh.
And then it kind of finishes it, and they're like, oh, yeah, that was this long or this such and such. It's like,
we definitely want you on the team. He's like, and if it wouldn't be too uncomfortable for you,
I want you to call me Landfill.
I'd really be honored if you'd call me Landfill, in honor of him. And then it's like, it's just like Landfill
we
never
lost him.
It's like we never lost Landfill.
Sure, he's dead, but we never lost him.
So, and this was a month before.
This is a month before, yes, Beerfest or Oktoberfest. whatever way you want to say it.
Well, Beerfest is the competition at the underground at Beerfest
during competition
Oktoberfest.
At Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have their 5th.
Right.
And next thing you know, they're going to Germany.
They are going back to Germany. They're in Germany, refilling up that Stein.
Yes, and they're trying to figure out where they're supposed to go. But Jan and Todd, neither of them remembers where they were because they were both drunk. Yeah, they were both extremely drunk when they were taken there. And Fink pulls up this experiment
that he did when he was an undergrad.
Yeah, he did when he was an undergrad. About how he would get people drunk and then give them tests, and then when they sobered up, he'd give them the same test, and they got all the answers wrong. But then you get them drunk again, and they get them all right. They remembered what they did. That sounds
highly unethical.
Yes, very. And so they decided, okay, well, which of us was drunker? And they decided it was Todd. So
it was Todd, definitely Todd.
They give him some beers. He gave him some beers, and he's drinking them, and he gets through like a 6-pack, and like, feel anything?
Do you feel anything? Like, no.
I've spent the last year training for a beer drinking competition.
It's going to take a lot more.
So they give him more. They've got these bottles. Like, this is a table in front of him that's just covered in empty bottles. And he's like, nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
So they give him a bottle of Goldschlager.
I've had many a fond memory of Goldschlager.
In this movie, it's not called Goldschlager because it's a trademark name.
It's not.
It's called Gold Leaf, but it's the same thing as Goldschlager.
It's the same thing.
But yeah, so he chugs that bottle. And he's got the gold leaf all over his lips.
And now he's drunk. He's like,
he's drunk. And so he leads them right to the place.
Yep. And he's walking like he's got.
They go to that door. They go to that door with a big V on it. And they go down the stairs.
Right? And he passes that door. He sees the mime. It's like, I missed you.
I miss you. And they go down there. They see the old woman with the leg in the meat grinder, and the little kid on the tricycle riding around the other guy, and the guy with the strap on. And they get to the door.
Like, what is going on here?
They get to the door, and the guy opens the little slider thing, and he's like,
the password.
And so Todd starts yodeling.
He goes, like, he gets in, he's like, oh, hey.
And he's like, that was last year's password, and slams the door.
And now they're so sad.
And now they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Then
what are we going to do? Plan is they can give out some lunches at lunch, right?
Yeah. So they have a plan. So it shows the guy inside, the doorman inside, and there's a knock on the door.
Yes, that's what it is.
He opens up the little thing and looks out there.
He sees a horse.
He sees a keg. He sees a big keg.
Oh, sorry, the keg. Yes, it's the keg. Yes.
And there's a note on it.
It's actually a keg.
And there's a note on it. So he goes out and he reads the note, and it's a gift from the Americans.
Never trust the Americans even bearing gifts.
And so they roll the keg in there, and it rolls down the stairs. And then when it gets to the bottom, the end of it.
How do they all fit in this horse?
I don't know.
I want to know. How do they fit in the horse?
It's a keg.
How do they fit in the horse?
It's because it's a giant keg. And they all fit in it. And they're rolling around in it. And so they get out. The keg stops after it gets down the stairs, and the end of it pops off, and they're all stumbling out because they're all dizzy.
Yes.
Right? And I mean, it's big enough for them to almost be able to stand up in it.
Yes, no, there's truth to that.
Big keg. So, they all stumble out, and they're all wearing Team USA sweatsuits.
Yes, they have somehow, after getting denied entry into this, found a way
to change their clothes.
Team USA uniforms.
Yeah,
sweatsuits. Like, hey, I'm glad they found someone that quickly willing to put their name on the back of their uniforms.
Yeah. Well, they probably brought him. They probably brought him from home.
I don't care.
They probably brought him from home and then just went and changed after they got denied access.
It's true. It's very, very possible.
Because they had to acquire a giant keg big enough for them to fit in. So, I mean, I'm sure that took a little bit of time. So they probably changed their clothes during that time.
Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it.
So, but anyway, so they step up and they join the competition. They're allowed entry into Beerfest.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are put up against the Australians first.
I thought it was the Brits.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Brits. Yes. They're put up against the British team, and that's when landfill number 2 is like, oh, this is going to be easy. We kicked ever since we kicked their asses in WW2.
WW2. You're like, shit.
We were allies with the British in World War II.
This can't end well. Anyway.
But they beat the British.
That's how it goes. Yes.
Beat the British in their game. And so they're going through all these different games.
Oh, we're not worried about playoff.
And wait.
Things. Yeah.
We missed something back at the funeral too. Barry finally revealed why he stopped playing Pong. Because he was playing.
So this goes back.
He was in Thailand.
In a high stakes poker game.
Yeah, no, it was a ping pong game, beer pong. And he was playing ping pong in Ding Dang.
Ding Dang, yes, it was Ding Dang.
He was in Thailand and he was playing ping pong in Ding Dang. It's a real high stakes game.
People you don't actually want to beat.
He won the game. He beat the people that you don't want to beat, and they shoved a ping. They beat him. He beat them, and then they beat him. And part of their beating was they shoved a ping pong paddle up his ass.
Yeah,
and
right in the ass.
And thinks like, oh, I can understand how that can be, how that can be traumatizing. I mean, nobody wants a ping pong paddle handle shoved up their ass. And he's like, oh, it wasn't the handle. I've been shitting pancakes ever since.
Ever since.
And so that's why he didn't play ping pong anymore.
Decides that she's going to be considerate to him as they're in this line they get on the interstate. After he talks about this, he's like, I've had all sorts of things shoved up my ass.
Yeah.
I got over it.
And you can get over it. Yeah. Well, that was all at the funeral home, right after Landfill's funeral. She's like,
you'll get over things getting shoved up your butt.
But yeah, so back at Beerfest, they're playing and they get to beer pong, and they've beat everybody. It's just them and the Germans, right? And the Germans win the first 3.
Yes,
the first 3 games. So it's 3-0. And if there's one more. If the Germans win one more time, then they win. Then the Germans win and the Americans lose, and
everybody's happy apparently.
So
but not really.
It gets up to, and this whole time Todd has just been drunk, just stumbling around.
Yeah, he's stumbling around this entire venue
because he's still drunk from the Goldschlager.
He's drunk the night before.
But so he hasn't really played anything. And
he hasn't.
And the Germans point that out. They're like, wait, he hasn't played. Because it's supposed to be...
He's got to play.
It's supposed to be Jan and Fink that are... Or is it Landfill? That are playing beer pong. And... it's either... one of the two. But it's Jan and the other one that are supposed to be playing. And one of the Germans point out that guy hasn't played a game all night. And it's part of the rules that every team member has to play. And this is...
Everybody has to play. Everybody.
In the Germans' eyes, this is the last game of the night because they're one win away from winning. And so, they're forced to bring Todd in, and Barry agrees to play with him because nobody wants to play with him because he's going to just mess everything up. And he's going to make him lose.
He's no good anymore.
Because he's so drunk.
He's no good
And so Barry
anymore.
decides he is going to play with him. And everybody else is like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I got this.
It's like, yeah, I'm sure.
So
I've never felt this way before.
So they're going back and forth, and they're playing Pong, and Barry is bringing out his A game.
Yeah, no, he's going all out.
Mm-hmm.
He's ready. He's ready for this moment.
They end up beating the Germans at beer pong.
They do. Yay for them. Yay, USA.
Yay. And so then they go to the next game. And they beat the Germans in that. And then they beat the Germans again. So it's tied 3-3. Next game wins. Sudden death. But before sudden death, it's break time. And everybody's in the bathroom. And they're all peeing. They're all at the trough.
Yes.
They got one of those urinal troughs.
At one of those movie theaters.
And
yes, that's correct.
There's this trough, and they're all peeing into it, and this is when Fink has
that's right.
epiphany.
Yes,
he realizes how they're gonna solve the boot problem.
Yeah, how are they gonna solve the boot problem?
So he takes off his shoe and he walks over to a guy that's peeing. And
Novel
like, hey,
idea.
Can you fill me up, please? So the guy fills his shoe with piss, and he's like, "Oh, guys, the boot. You got this area in the toe up here, where the bubble comes down and it's gonna wash everything out. But if we create a cyclone in the boot by turning it as you're drinking it, once the air bubble comes up, if you turn the boot, then it'll gradually allow that air in, and it's not gonna force it all out the end." And he does that by, turning the shoe and dumping the pee out. And so Jan's like, okay, so when the bubble shows up, just turn the boot. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
So they go out there, and it's sudden death, so they got to do the chugging, where the last person in line has the boot, has Das Boot.
Yes, correct.
And so, they're going... And they, they're chugging, and Landfill is the last one. He's their anchor, and he is their
anchor.
And so he's chugging it, and one of the Germans,
he's ready. He's going to do this.
One of the Germans makes a comment right as the bubble's forming.
Well, Cherry's. Yes.
Cherry. No, Cherry makes the comment. Yes,
it's Cherry.
That's right, because Cherry shows up.
Academy Award winner Monique shows up.
Yes, Academy Award winner Monique shows up, and because at this point they all thought that Landfill had killed himself. They thought he had committed suicide. They thought it was
suicide because all they found was just him floating in that tub.
So. Yes, Academy Award winner.
There's no
Monique
note, nothing
comes up.
Monique,
she's like,
Academy Award Monique just disappeared.
While Landfill 2 is drinking from the boot, as soon as that bubble starts forming, before he has a chance to turn the boot, Academy Award winner Monique mentions, she's like, your brother screamed like a baby, or he squealed like a pig when I killed him,
and this distracts him,
and
he can't turn
it, and it explodes in his face.
He gets all wet. He's like, "What? Did you hear what she said?" Right? He's dismayed that she's a horrible person,
and so
distracted him.
Yeah, and it caused the Germans to win, and so then you're like, "No, that's not fair." And they're like, "Oh, we want double or nothing." Jan is like, double or nothing, and like he's slurring his speech because they've been drinking all day. Oh, listen, they're all sort of stumbling around a little bit, and he's like, "Well, double or nothing."
Like, double or nothing.
If you win, you get a recipe. If we win, we get your brewery.
And they had to think about that for about a minute.
And then Wolfgang is like, "We already have your recipe." And Monique reveals the CD. Yes, and the Academy Award winner Monique He's like, "Ha! See, I stole the recipe," and Fink is like, "Oh, you got a recipe. We didn't have the recipe on my computer. The recipe you stole is for a low-carb strawberry beer. It's okay."
Strawberry beer.
And
it's okay.
Wolfgang looks at Academy Award winner Monique. He's like, "Strawberry beer?" He's like, "Yeah, I love strawberries.
Yeah,
you love strawberries, and you know what? You've told me that I need to drop a couple pounds. There's a low carb." And Wolfgang, motions to his people to take Academy Award winner Monique out of the back, and so they lead her off, and then we hear a couple gunshots.
And we never see Academy Award winner Monique again.
Nope. For the rest of her life. And
he won't be joining us for the rest of his life. It could go both ways, people.
Yep. So, Academy Award winner Monique is out of the picture. And Wolfgang agrees to the terms.
Okay.
Agrees to give him a double or nothing, one more match. But this time, it's all boots.
Right. It's all boots.
10 boots, 5 each team. And this is when the American team, Team America, reveals there's just one thing.
Secret weapon.
We're not that drunk. And they all straighten up. And they're no longer acting drunk. And then that starts a chant.
That's right.
Everybody starts chanting. They're not that drunk. They're not that drunk. They're not that drunk. And
they start plugging it in.
Yeah. So they go up there and they're lining up, and the German that's across from Fink, that one is Nat Faxon.
Okay.
Rolf. He's across from Fink, and he sees his yarmulke.
He is.
And he sort of hits him on the head and knocks his yarmulke off. And he starts taunting him. He's like, oh, look at that. I knocked off his little hat.
I forgot about that.
His little hat. And, this is upsetting Fink. And because earlier, Landfill had knocked off the yarmulke, and he started kind of laughing about it, and Fink is like, "You do not sully the yarmulke." And so Landfill got the hint before, and he stopped messing with the yarmulke. But Rolf, Nat Faxon, he doesn't stop.
He does. He doesn't.
And so Fink looks over at Jan, and Jan sees a certain twinkle in his eye.
He does. A very certain twinkle.
Fink now has a Star of David in the middle of his pupil. He's got what Jan calls the eye of the Jew. And so he tells Landfill, he's like, "Hey, Fink is our anchor." And so, they rearrange their positions, and Fink goes over to stand where Landfill was. Everybody else sort of shifts over.
Yeah.
And
so all that.
So they the competition starts. When they start chugging the boots, and once that bubble starts forming, Fink starts telling people, turn it. And so they turn the boot.
Gotcha.
And they're able to finish the boot. Then the next person picks it up, turn.
And then that way you don't have pee to splash it all over your face.
Mm-hmm. And then, it finally gets down to Fink and the biggest of the Germans. And they're chugging. And Fink, turns the boot at just the right time, and he's chugging. And the German, he finishes, he empties his boot faster, just slightly faster than Fink does.
He does.
But he goes to turn it over, and there's still a drop that's just dripping. And Fink turns his over, and there's nothing. It's completely empty. And this drop on the German's boot breaks loose, and it starts falling toward the table. falls between his fingers because he's trying to catch it, and it hits the table, and the Germans lose. And now they're all cheering. The Americans are cheering, and the Germans are devastated. And then Wolfgang. So Wolfgang, as it turns out, is a good sport. He's not a sore loser. Because he pulls out the key to the brewery, and he tosses it to Jan. And it's also revealed during all this Beerfest stuff that they are the rightful heirs to the brewery, because they are the older. They're older than the Germans are, so they're the older sons.
Okay, yeah, that makes
because
sense.
Wolfgang, because Johann wasn't just a thieving bastard stable boy.
That's right.
He was the illegitimate son of Wolfhausen, of Ludwig von Wolfhausen. Because Ludwig had a night with Cloris Leachman, with Great Gam Gam.
Yes, this is true.
And the product of that was...
At least within the movie, it's a true story.
The product of that was Johann. And so they are legally the heirs to the
rightful heirs.
Rightful heirs to the brewery.
To the brewery, yes.
And so, so Wolfgang gives them the key. And then, they're all celebrating. They're back out walking in the streets. And, they're trying to figure out what's next. And they run in.
Right. Well, I love the casual murder, right? Because he had the...
I love the casual murder.
Because he had the beginning of the movie, and then, you get Academy Award for Monique.
Yes.
You have the delivery boy in the Alps, and they threaten, audience member number one.
Yes, that's right.
Because he called them fucking pussies.
Yeah.
So, there's much to go around on this.
Yeah. So they're walking through the streets of Munich.
Of Amsterdam.
Oh, yes, that's right. They're in Amsterdam now. Yes, because they left.
Hey, this is a globe-trotting movie.
You're right. They did. They left Germany and they went to Amsterdam. They were trying to go get some of that Royale with cheese.
But yeah, I mean, this movie goes all over. It's in Colorado. So it's in Munich. It's in Amsterdam.
Yeah. They're trying to go and see a movie and have a big glass of beer in the movie.
Yes, more power to them.
But yeah, so they're walking through Amsterdam, and they run into none other than Willie Nelson. What's Willie
Nelson doing in Amsterdam? I don't know.
Willie Nelson. He's there. He's there because he and some buddies of his were invited to a secret pot smoking competition. But his teammates decided that they were going to leave. And so he's stuck by himself and he needs a team. So he asks them if they want to be his team. And they're like, yeah.
Did they murder people for
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out in the next movie. Because they agree to be on Willie Nelson's team, and then
I just agree to be on Willie Nelson's team.
As they walk into the place, then he tells them a joke. He tells them a Willie Nelson joke,
Willie Nelson dad joke,
and then he tells them the joke. Well, this old man and his son were. This old man was talking to his son. He's like, "Hey, son, you got to stop masturbating, otherwise you're going to go blind." And his son said, "Hey, Dad, I'm over here."
And they have a good laugh at this.
And then they have a good laugh at it, and they walk into the place, and then we see smoke coming out, and it forms the words. It forms the words. It will return in Potfest. Potfest. So Yeah, it's like they will return in Potfest.
I was saying the movie before they go into some outtakes.
Yes. So then the credits start rolling, and during the credits, they have outtakes. Very funny outtakes.
Yes.
And so, yeah, the probably a third or so of the credits is outtakes, a third to half.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Outtakes and bloopers and stuff like that. It was great as the credits were rolling. And funny thing, Broken Lizard has stated several times that they are currently working on Potfest. Like they are planning on bringing out
I've heard that
movie.
before, and I've always kind of I've reached the point where is that?
Where is it
in development?
Because they've been talking about it for a few years now that they've been working on it.
I just kind of wonder, because like that's not my thing. Like,
yeah,
how would that be? I don't know.
So it's like, yeah. So supposedly they are planning on releasing a Potfest movie as a sequel to Beerfest. Yeah, so that's Beerfest.
Which makes sense. I get it.
That's Beerfest. Very funny movie. Very funny. A favorite of ours.
Yes.
I think it's more. I think we hold it so high in our hearts just because of the experiences we've had with it, rather than the movie itself.
The movie itself.
I mean, it is a funny movie, but
at
the same time, I think just the camaraderie that we had while watching it and all that over the years. I think it's added a lot to it.
And we want to be a team that was while the cars were not that drunk.
Yep. Yeah, there was a trivia show that we would watch on TV, and we'd always talked about trying to get on it, and our team name, you and me and Steve, our team name was going to be We're Not That Drunk.
Yes. It would have been very appropriate. But yeah, it didn't happen. It's okay. It was fun times.
Yeah. Although since then,
with the movie, and
since then I did meet years later. I met one of the people that was on that show.
Yeah,
like one of the people that one of the competitors that we watched, the ones from Lawrence, Kansas.
Okay.
I sat down and was drinking a beer with the guy, and he was telling me about the show. He was telling me about that trivia show and what they did, and all that.
Like, we could have been on that damn show.
It just happened to be there, at that bar,
at that time,
at that brewery, at that time, and we were sitting there and I'm like, hey. But
yeah, no, it's hilarious. It's a funny movie. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not gonna say hilarious because I find it hilarious. You might not find it.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on what humor you find funny.
Yes. If you're into Germans fighting bugs and calling people fuck faces and head fucks and people drinking ram's piss at multiple times, hey, have at it.
Mm-hmm. And speaking in very terrible German accents.
Yes. I mean, well, how else is Will Forte going to speak?
Yeah. True. The greatest beer in all the world. Grandpapa.
It's such a great contrast because then the Americans just like, great gam gam.
Yeah.
And then you just casually have Academy Award Monique, and you're like, the old country must have been fucked up.
Yes. In only a way that Academy Award winner Monique can say it.
But yes, that is Beerfest.
If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out.
Yes.
I won't blame you if you turn it off early because it's just not your kind of humor. But if it is your kind of humor, you'll love it.
You're going to love it. If not, all right, turn it off. Listen to us instead.
Mm-hmm.
I can recommend either this episode or any number of
our
episodes.
Any of the other 98 or episodes that we've done so far.
I could recommend any movie.
So. Yeah. So, anyway, anything else you want to say about it?
I think that's it.
I think so, too. So, if you enjoy what you're listening to, you can go ahead and check us out on our social media. We are on Facebook and Instagram and Threads. It is Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure. The and is spelled out, Andy. It's not an ampersand like it is in the name of the podcast. We're also on X or Twitter. That is R&T Cinematic. And then we're also on Letterboxd. You can check out our reviews on various movies. Some we've done on the podcast, some we haven't done, some we will do, some we won't do. But that is Cine Adventure or Cine Adventure, C-I-N-E Adventure on Letterboxd. And you can also just send us an email. What did you think of Beerfest? You know, are there other comedies like this? Are you a Broken Lizard fan? Do you want us to do more Broken Lizard movies? You know,
let us know.
What did you think? You know, let us know. You can send us an email at robandtonyscinematicadventure@gmail.com. Once again, the and is spelled out, A-N-D. It's not an ampersand like it is in the name of the podcast. But yeah, if you enjoy what you're hearing, then go to our social media, give us a like and a follow, go to your favorite podcast app, wherever you're listening to us, hit that subscribe button, give us a good rating and good review. That's how we move up in the ratings and the search and the recommendations, all that stuff. And yeah, we want to be able to reach as many ears as want to listen to us talk about these movies that we love so much. And that leads us to next time. Next week.
It does.
As we mentioned at the beginning of this episode, this is our 99th episode, which means next week is episode number 100. The milestone 100th episode of Rob and Tony's Cinematic Adventure.
It's exciting.
And we have been waiting to do this movie.
Yes.
We have been waiting for so long to do this movie, and we thought it would be the perfect movie to do for our 100th episode. And that movie...
It's a classic.
We have mentioned it several times.
Multiple times.
In fact, we even had no less than 14 different references of it in our Escape from New York episode alone.
Completely unscripted.
Yeah.
They just showed up.
And
usually it's Big Lebowski quotes just showing up.
Yeah. But no, this one.
But yeah.
It is one of our all-time favorite movies. My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yes, mine too.
Why don't you go ahead and tell these nice folks what movie we're talking about next time, Tony?
This next one's a nice, sprawling Los Angeles drama with a terrific cast that includes Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Bruce Willis, Ving Rhames, Christopher Walken, Harvey Keitel, Eric Stoltz, Tim Roth, among others.
And Uma Thurman.
And oh, yes, Uma Thurman. Thank you.
And it even has a cameo by Steve Buscemi.
It does have it does have a cameo by Steve Buscemi. That's a good point. Phil Lamar is in this, right?
Christopher Walken.
So many people. There's a little bedside kangaroo makes an appearance in this movie.
There is.
Anyhow, that movie is Pulp Fiction.
That's right. Our 100th episode, we're going to be talking about Pulp Fiction.
I'm excited to talk about the bedside kangaroo.
I am very excited
bedside
to talk
table
about the
on the kangaroo.
Table on the kangaroo. I'm very excited about this one.
Captain Kangaroo.
Yep. Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo. Don't tell
Well, he goes back to get the watch. Office Kangaroo.
Do.
It fits. It all fits.
Yeah. So I have been looking forward to this one for so long. I know you have too.
It's been hard to I think at one point we realized this should be the 100th. As much as we wanted to do
were going to do it earlier. We were going to do it a lot earlier, but then we're like, no,
100.
We got to wait for 100. This has got to be the 100th episode.
And guess what? It's going to be worth the wait. I can't wait till we actually talk about this.
Yes. So, next week, you have time if you have not seen it. You have time to watch it. If you have seen it, watch it again because it's a phenomenal movie.
Take the time to watch it, regardless.
So, join us next time for our 100th episode in Pulp Fiction.